Every absentee ballot in Kent County that hasn't been counted is in this building.
You can see this home I'm standing in front of is at least under 3 feet of water. It's past the doorknobs up to the second pane of the windows.
Seems like just a couple, maybe 30 minutes ago, I was telling you that things had calmed down. It's certainly not the case now. We're on Monroe Center, and you can see fires still downtown here as people continue to loot. The polls do remain open until 8 o'clock tonight, so if you haven't, be sure to stop by your nearest polling location.
Police have ramped up their security ahead of today's planned protest. They've asked everyone in attendance to please wear masks and practice safe social distancing, and you can see that is certainly not the case here today. To some, it's just a letter on a plastic card, your sex on your driver's license. But to others, like the folks here at the Grand Rapids Pride Center, it means validation.
And you can see that those flashbangs are being used effectively. People have scattered in a quick hurry here. As things, and if you've been watching this, you can see things were quickly escalating at our location.
We're standing on the back steps of the Midland County Courthouse. This is a parking lot behind me. It's supposed to be. The river has overtaken it.
Still sifting through this, battling any remaining hotspots. There's certainly no shortage of smoke this morning.
They just recently left the water, and now we see more dive crews coming out now to resume that search. The left lane is blocked. That crash is right up here at 84th Street, but the slowdown is reaching all the way south to 142nd Avenue. They're turning them into self-isolation chambers. They say it's a great way to give a gift of love on loan. New federal mask requirements for travelers in the U.S. will go into effect Tuesday as the Biden administration now tries to get control of the pandemic.
A semi-truck just nearly blow through this barricade, and just before him, a minivan did blow through this barricade. And you can see, I mean, look at this car right here. He might go through it right now.
If it weren't for the coronavirus, John Waller wouldn't have been able to travel back to Liberia in the first place. He'd still be in season, playing soccer as a professional footballer for Atlantic City FC in New Jersey. He's making the most of a difficult situation, something he's had to do his entire life.
This has been on his heart for a long time. I mean, this was his initial goal, was to go back and give back to Liberia.
Our journey of 10,000 miles begins 16 years ago in Liberia, Africa. John Waller, born Tucker Vey, had no food, no clothes, no education. But there was one thing he did have: hope.
One day I was just, thinking to myself, like, what can I do to help my situation? And I kept thinking. So I decided, you know what? I want to seek help.
So he wrote a letter pleading to anyone to help give him a chance at a better life.
I wrote this letter and I walked to the U.S. Embassy, okay? I walked from Peace Island to the U.S. Embassy, which is almost like leaving East Lansing, Michigan to Grand Rapids, to go to Grand Rapids, okay? And the U.S. Embassy here in Liberia is on top of a hill, okay? 12-year-old kid, starving, hungry.
Tired, hungry, alone. John nearly quit, which is when the Wallers came into his life.
As soon as I walk up that hill, a green Jeep just pulled up in front of me. And in that Jeep was Darren and Angela Waller.
And we felt that God put it on our heart to adopt him too.
The Whitehall couple, who was in Liberia to adopt 2 other children, gave him his chance and a family. John eventually completed his undergraduate at Michigan State, even playing college football, then started his own charity, Summer Place FC.
The reason I started to do this is, I can relate to those kids. That's the reason I started this. When I visit Summer Place, it touched me because I connected so well with the kids, because I knew where I came from, the struggle I had to go to. I was just like them.
That struggle eventually brought him home.
They have posters of me. They have pictures on that shirt. I will send you a picture of it. Pictures on that shirt. They were chanting my name when I walked out, Justin. And trust me, it brought tears to my eyes, Justin. Because when I left here, no one knew who I was. I was just, like you said, this poor, starving kid with no shoes on his feet.
Coming home with food, clothing, school supplies, and hope to share.
That's what I brought. I brought those. That's my mission here in Liberia. Those are the things I want to do, because my mom and dad, Darren and Angela, blessed my life. They changed my life for the better.
To be proud of just how far he's come would be an understatement.
Because everybody says, are you proud? No, I'm not proud. I'm thankful. And I want them to know to give that back to God, because He gave it to you.
Now, before he comes back to the United States to get ready for the upcoming soccer season, John hopes to build a well for the orphanages, and you can help him achieve this goal by donating to his GoFundMe page. We'll have a link to that on our website this morning, woodtv8.com. In the studio, Justin Kollar, News 8.
Food is a common denominator, and it brings people together.
Black-eyed peas, collard greens, sweet potatoes too. A couple of things I've never tried, just between me and you.
I like that too.
I love this restaurant.
The candied yam, delightful southern cuisine. This bustling kitchen will soon be ready for you.
It has been such a challenge doing takeout only because you miss that bonding with the customers. You miss the opportunity for the customers to come in and do their celebrations, whether it's a grandma's birthday or, you know, wedding, baby shower. They just want to celebrate, and food is the common denominator for everyone.
It's the human element, the connection, which drives Tyson.
It really is a great feeling to know that people are going to come through the doors again, and I get to see all my favorite customers that I haven't seen in so long. I can't wait to see them.
Blessing the food with her touch. With love you can smell, all with a smile on her face.
I hope that this food made with love does bring people together. I believe that it does.
She knows the power of good cooking. She's seen it before.
I remember one day when we had picnic tables in our restaurant, and it was a beautiful scene. There was a white woman who was probably in her 70s, a black male who was probably in his 20s, and they had a conversation because it was packed. And I had so much pride in that moment because I could see it in his eyes, I could see it in her eyes, that they understood each other on a different level.
Now entering a new level, reopening the state. Tyson hopes her food from the soul can once again help a broken city taste things differently.
I don't believe all Americans are bad. We're here to love each other and to be a part of each other, a fabric of the community.
In Grand Rapids, Justin Kollar, News 8.